Hello and welcome to Raising Your Isness, where we give you space to question. This is going to be something new, very different, and I just want to say up front that it might hurt somebody's maybe ego, or it might be too harsh. And if one person benefits from this message, then it's worth it. But then for the rest who is not happy with this message, let's give space to the one person who would benefit from it, because we're all in this together. So whether it's for this just one person or for everyone out there, I hope you enjoy, because this message has a different tone, in the sense of, you could call it brutal. And you might say, well, weren't the other messages brutal enough? Well, that's what I thought, until this came through. Because I always question everything. And to me, I wonder, when I hear the same from every angle, I wonder, is this it? Because it seems to never be enough. It is almost like being in an egg, and for those ones that love egg, it's just a metaphor. Imagine if you're in an egg and you really want to break through the shell, and there's a voice that says, it's okay, you're love. You don't have to break through the shell, because the universe is going to do everything for you. So go back to sleep. And then you another day say, no, I want to break through the shell because I want to see what's out there. And then you hear it again, but you're love, and everything you want will be given to you. Go back to sleep. And another day you'll say, you know what, I want to awaken. But you are, because you see the shell, and so you are awakened. So go back to sleep. Until one day you crack that shell open, and you get out of it. And you finally see that this whole time you were covered in slime. And you look around, and you see so much space around. And you want to scream to the one that told you to go back to sleep. And there is no one. There's only you. No blaming. It was your way of finding what's out there. And it's only for you to know what's out there. This message is gonna trigger, maybe, open a different way of thinking. Now remember that you are multidimensional. Remember that you are operating in multidimensional level. You're everywhere at the same time. You're a human with that mind. You're a light being. You're a soul. You're your higher self. You're also a benevolent extraterrestrial somewhere else, and so on and so forth. So this is to one aspect of you, the human. If you are identifying with it, it might hurt. If you remember you're multidimensional, it will be eye-opening. Again, you're free to see how you want to see it. I just want to say you don't have to listen to this. And if it helps one person, then it was worth it. I'll give you a little bit of a break, get some water, and as you come back, we will start. Watchers. Blessings, young ones. We're pleased to finally speak through and to the conscious minds of yours, although it will go over most heads. Raisa knows by now we operate through different venues of characteristics. No sugarcoating unless you are desperado. We genuinely need your cooperation in understanding of proofs of your existence. Many of you are not even doing that. Existing for others. That's not living. We're called watchers because we watch. Watch you, watch over you. We know you better than you know yourselves. We are what you prefer to say as guides, and we aren't always pleased with you. You may click off now if you wish. Our jobs has been to guide you, yet barely any of you adhere from the beginning of your lives. We are assigned by you and your counsel prior to entering every lifetime. Sometimes we change and others take a role to guide you to the next step. This time we speak generally about your and our responsibilities. What you don't realize is that we're always watching you, everything you do, everything you say, everything you think. We are a part of the collective that is in close contact with your higher selves, oversouls, councils, what have you. Seriously, what do you have to show that you remember what you are here for? Many are hung up on words and feelings of self-aggrandizement like a broken record. We never liked and never approved it. We are the ones first whispering, go here, go there, talk to this person, or stay away from this, till we start screaming at each and every one of you. We've been at it for a long time because you don't listen. Everyone has roles and everyone has limits. You expect a calm, nice attitude from an archangel, and it is correct because it is not their job to correct you. When you steer off, they will support and then take off. We, on the other hand, don't take off. We yell at you. That voice in your head that says, calm down, sit and be in the moment, that's us. When you hear a voice that says, have respect for yourself and say no, that's us. When you feel a reminder to stay hydrated and eat nutritious, that's us. We're like your babysitters, except for sometimes we give a warning of giving up on a person, because there's no point to be knocking on stubborn-headed mind pattern. You've got it all upside down, and that is why we say, calm down. Your brains are so busy with external activity, you can barely make it through the day without spilling a drink or stumbling on your toes. That's because you're not paying attention. It's free. Attention is free. Pay it. When we first came through, this brain was shocked. I was, actually. Very much so. When we first came through, this brain was shocked and couldn't come to senses for days. We weren't gentle, to be fair to her, but she progressed faster that way, and so do others. Human at this point on its evolution doesn't understand nice, so it shall be. When you get that phone call from a doctor, it means we are trying to tell you to stop and pay attention to your life. When your partner wants to leave, that's us telling you he/she is not the one. And finally, at least your partner figured it out. When you get fired or your work hours get cut off, that's us yelling at you, find another job. Why are you torturing yourself and like it, and then pray for guidance? All upside down, inside out. We never cared for you that way. Your procrastination is like cancer spreading, blocking you from moving forward. If you are diseased with procrastination, consider it as spiritual cancer. We can only get to you that way. Remember, nice hasn't worked. If you're listening by now, you are at least giving this message benefit of the doubt. We don't need you to listen to us. You asked for our guidance. You need us. And you don't listen. Changes in life? Here they come, crashing down. You didn't think you can live the same life your whole life. You did that before many times, and then when you stood in front of the console, you said, "Do whatever it takes, but please remind me so I won't forget. Do anything, I'll remember." We're shaking our etheric heads. This is not scolding, this is not warning, this is your team speaking. Listen to your intuition. It is us screaming at you for you to do or not to do. Every time you go against your heart's desires, you go against yourself. We cannot help you when you are split within. It works only when you humble your senses to adhere to what your heart is saying. You asked us to guide you, so we've been guiding for many incarnations. In every lifetime, before you were burned, beheaded, poisoned, we were there warning you to not get involved in certain situations. We were there comforting you on how to make the most peaceful transition. Even then, you didn't listen, and you are still not listening. You can fix it. It is all doable. That is why we're communicating that way. You've had many speaking to you without sugarcoating. They aren't popular because you'd rather listen to a lullaby. Lullabies are great if you act like a mature soul. If not, you get something like Christ letters, for example. You have to realize you asked to be reminded by any way, and the worst experiences you've had was you asking to help you arrange it so you pay attention. To translate it so you understand, when you quote-unquote manifest a bad situation, it is you prior to incarnation asking us to do whatever it takes to stop you from proceeding away from the path. Every ticket, every accident, every abusive relationship, loss, illness is for stopping the mind from racing and paying attention within and around. Look, do you like what you've created? If you do, good, keep going. If not, where have you been? And so we'd like to summarize that not all is lost, although at times it seems that way. There's always a solution, and most of the time, you are complacent. We want to comfort you that if you don't want to do what you came here to do, don't. The grand mission is being accomplished. If you choose to participate, you're welcome, and we're here to help. If you choose to sit back and watch, so be it. We're here to help. If you don't want it, then you don't want it. There is more than enough for everyone. And that follows to the next subject of scarcity, beggar mentality. You were always meant to prosper. What does prosperous mean? Prosperity, abundance, fullness, richness, greatness in every area of your life, every aspect of the virtues. Have you got peace, love, freedom, wealth, health, wisdom, joy? Just to name a few. If you don't have them all, then you aren't being what you came here to be. Your scriptures talk about abundance of stars in the heavens. You ought to think about that. If God is abundant, should their children have abundance as well? Then why are you shunning it and scolding others that have it? Listen up, human. You've been treated like an animal, not for nothing. Because you liked it, you followed everything like cattle in a herd. We never approved it. We don't cry, we adjust your path. But when the brain operates at a cattle brain capability, your physical senses take over. What you see is the physical, and it takes over you. You become physical, body, matter, dense, animal. That is what should be shocking, and we don't have to say it that way. What else is left? There will come a time for many when you'll call for help and there won't be any help. Oh, it doesn't jive with all is love movement. Please understand, all is love movement is for those that choose love. Love for self, love for the collective. For self-loathers, love movement doesn't work. Rounding about the same subject using different words. You aren't nice to yourself. You are pretending, lying to yourself, escaping your authenticity. You are blaming others. You are afraid of responsibility. That don't buy a ticket to All is Love train. Love train tickets are bought with love. We want to get it through you. Stop asking for free stuff. You pay nothing, you will benefit nothing. You invest, you gain. Why? Because that's how you allowed your brain to be controlled and programmed. Nothing is free. There has never been anything free, ever. There is always exchange of energies. When you interact with your friend, don't you exchange smiles, laughter, and experiences? When you get comforted by an angel, don't you pay them respect, love, and gratitude? When you get downloads, don't you exchange your experiences? Then understand that if you can't comprehend reciprocity, you will scrape to enter into deeper wisdom of eternal expansion. The doors to wisdom are for rich in spirituality. Beggars don't have enough to enter. Your physical reality is mirroring that to you. When you point fingers at abundance, you are blaming yourself for being that far away from your Creator's heart. What? You thought you can just scrape about, hate your other beings for doing better and miraculously get through the threshold? Okay, go ahead. We're more than happy to assist with that, but you aren't able to. You have beggar mentality. You feel small, unworthy, poor, unloved, pushed around, unheard. You try to get another to do for you. No, this isn't the place for another to live your life. You came here to master your life. Another doesn't owe you. Stop begging. We aren't speaking of times of needs and catastrophes. We're speaking of your patterns of freeloader. Doesn't work. If someone grows food and you want it, pay for it. If someone builds your home, pay for it. If someone sells clothes you like, pay for it. The time you spend looking for free is the time you could spend on your inner mastery. Look around. How much of unnecessary stuff you pay for and what is necessary you want to bypass with discounts? That is how you are caught on a loop, and you don't even realize it. Can you get off the loop of patterning engravement? That's how cattle gets marked. You're already marked with 666. Don't worry about avoiding it. Don't you get it? You're looking in all the wrong places. You are programmed to avoid, escape, move aimlessly until there is a holly jolly day, when everything is on sale and you are excited to buy as much as you think you can afford to numb the self-loathing, hoping that new shirts, new pants, new movie covers up how you feel. It isn't so and has never been so. If the heart hungers, it will continue to hunger till it's full of your attention, attending to care, kindness. It doesn't serve your heart to only care about mundane daily routine. You were made to be a sensitive being responsible for its own feelings and actions, remembering its freedom and sovereignty. You were seeded and expected to become conscious by about a couple of millions years ago. How many times does it take to be fooled to see? You are shaking with fear every time something new to your mind pops up. Yet it isn't new. It is remembering of what was forgotten eons ago. It's been so long and seemingly so far that it feels foreign to you. Yet we are with you, and it still isn't enough to satisfy your curiosity and disbelief. What is faith and what is belief? Virtues and strengths that charge you up for more conscious co-creating. How do you know you are creating consciously or doing what was programmed into you? At this point, perhaps you don't. The feelings should count for something, and when you are satisfied, happy, at peace, most certainly you are doing the right thing. We don't want anything. We don't have to be here. We have plenty of others to help and to do. You ask for guidance, here we come. You question our authenticity, yet we never took anything from you. We watch over, protect, and guide. How many times have you been saved physically, emotionally, from insult, assault, etc.? It is us guiding you to leave the situation or change before it turns into something you don't wish. We always warn because it is annoying to watch you stumble every day. We want to see productive human and enjoy seeing you prosper. Stupidity only keeps us around you longer, and we'd rather see you move on to learning new, expanding. You've been an infant mentally for so long, it is disturbing. We've spoken to your counsels multiple times. If only you knew how much patience they have with you. But it isn't forever. Once the last dot is connected, sayonara, good chillin'. What? You don't expect us doing this forever, do you? Oh no sir, no ma'am. We've got plenty of others to babysit. Complacency isn't an option. This is when it kind of changed frequency-wise, and it felt like somebody else came through. If any of you channel, you'll know what that means. Imagine you're talking to somebody and then not only like the phone rings, but as if like the phone answers and it's on the speaker and someone just blasts through. But it was like as if the watchers, like they stepped back a little bit. For this one came through, and so that was like a collective speaking, and this one felt like a being. And I said, okay, all right, let's see what you have to say, because it was just so much going on. I said, okay, I will allow in the name of love and light, right? And so here we go. This is now the being that is coming through. As you see, it just cut in the middle of the transmission. It says, and I am the one you call Arakel. I do not wish to speak this way, like you say, but when circumstances arise. I am here to astonish those who graze upon those innocent babies, pure souls of truth who come here to replenish and hydrate the thirsty for wisdom. I am here to declare I no longer tolerate abuse. This is a warning. Your realities are programmable, and your abuse will have consequences. We're here to ward off the harm, and it is our job to smite the villain encroaching on others' belongings. We wish no harm, only justice in the name of all holy, for the sake of the innocent, sacred children of the light. Those who don't want to be included won't. Those that are dedicated to self-purifying, you will receive the next portion of your reward. The puzzle is coming together. It is whole, but you are not ready to see. And we're showing bit by bit, unveiling hour by hour for many. It is different from what you are used to. I am Arakel. I am one of the watchers. I tolerate till it hurts my beloveds. I am changing trajectory to the other side of focus. We need you to be focused from now on, attentive and gladly step forward, remembering you belong to the purest source energy which only wants goodness for you. I am the one you call on when you need directions, when you're lost, and I'm there with you. I apologize for not always being loud enough. If I were any louder, you wouldn't make it. That's how fragile you are emotionally, physically, psychologically. We know you've been messed with, and we're doing everything we can to find the best approach for you to adhere. Every time we're showing you new ways, your realities make you quote-unquote busy with new stuff. There's a limit of how we can guide, otherwise it would be like your systems, taking your free will and you don't wish any better, so you comply. I've counseled with the lords. Free will is law for this realm. We cannot, will not, interfere with that. We'll wait till the last one wakes to its wisdom and accepts its livingness. Till then, you may act soulless. But be forewarned that the time is coming when you cannot run from self. It is recommended to fix your anger, impatience, judgment, jealousy, and the rest as soon as possible, because once hierarchical logia codes unleashed, you will seek to hide, but won't find it. It has cometh, the truth revealed to the ones who have ears to hear. And so it shall be. I proclaim the truth of livingness. So be it. Commander out. So when he stepped back, the watchers continued closing. There you have it. There is no scolding on our part. We're rooting for you. We only want what's best for you. And if speaking that way is how you'd adhere, so be it. Whichever way gets you to move forward, we'll do it. Many of you know that. You do share with people you trust that you feel as if your guides are yelling at you, and even after recognizing, what are you going to do about it? We will do all we can to help you, just like you asked us prior to coming. And if you notice your dream patterns of someone chasing you, that could be us symbolically trying to get your attention. Even in the dream state, you are running away, thinking and projecting that you feel to be in danger. Yet it is us following you to get your attention. Life is changing, and you know this. It is changing for you, individual, and the collective, plus the planet, galaxy, and more. That is why it feels so intense. You are not the only one going through your experiences. It is the soul's journey, and you are walking it one step at a time. Timeless, for sure. It is impossible for you to grasp because it has to match the logic for you, but not necessarily. Behold the truth of who you are within, and go forth creating new worlds out of heart's imaginary perceptions. We are always here and now. Okay, there you have it. So this one was something else, right? To say the least. What do you think? Like they said, it wasn't easy for me when this first was given, because my first question was, how am I supposed to share that? This is so different from what is out there. And it was like that. There is no other way, because otherwise the human mind comprehends things in a complacent way so that the human wouldn't want to do anything. So it's like the human likes that everything is done for the human, and the human doesn't want to do anything about it. And we all can probably resonate with that, because we all felt that way. We just want to sit back and we want everything to be done for us. And according to our watchers, that's not so, because this reality is not created that way. And from this passage about abundance, that you gotta pay for this and you gotta do, in the sense of even in other dimensions, you are always co-creating. You're always having an energy exchange. You cannot just go and take. It doesn't work that way. So let me know how you like it. And I don't know if there will be more. Wishing you many, many blessings. Lots of joy, peace, laughter. As you can see, I laughed later, right? But back then, I wasn't laughing. Trust me, I wasn't. It is like that. When you adjust your perception, then you laugh. Just like at your past. When you were going through something, it was so harsh, so difficult. Years later, when you forgive and you forget, looking back, if you wish, it's like an old dream, and you may even laugh at yourself. So may we all laugh. May we all meet our divine self with this childlike wonder and love to ourselves, and truly, truly love ourselves. And if temporarily it takes these harsh words to wake us up to that self-love, so be it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to assist you. Thank you. Many, many blessings. Namaste.